How do you complete a Form E? The Form E is a court requirement if you are in financial remedy proceedings. Also, as solicitors, we often exchange them at the same time as exchanging your financial information. It can be quite daunting looking at the Form E because it is a lengthy document. When looking through the Form E, you will see that there's a lot of information required from you, such as when the divorce was issued, details of any children, whether they are from the marriage or not, and information about your bank statements or pension, for example. When you are providing your information from bank statements, you are required to provide 12 months prior to the date that it has been signed. You can't avoid this, and you also need to provide statements for any other accounts that you might have, such as savings accounts, investment accounts, even debts such as credit cards and loans. We would need to have a look at whether they are marital or not. For example, if you have taken a credit card out after separation, this potentially isn't a marital debt, but you do still need to include it in your Form E. There's also the other issues that need to be discussed, such as the property. If there is a family home, then you would need to have that valued. You also need the mortgage redemption statement, and you also need to work out the equity in the property. You would also need the title number, which you can obtain from Land Registry. We can also obtain this for a small fee for you, and if you are unsure about any information that you need to provide, we would recommend that you seek legal advice, as you can be cross-examined when you are in court on the contents of your Form E. If you also have a pension, you will have to provide a cash equivalent transfer value. This can be from any pension that you have from a previous employer as well as the current employer. These can often take approximately 3 to 4 months to actually get the value. So it is important that if you receive an application to attend court, that you make progress straight away to try and get this figure. You can, of course, explain to the court if you don't have the figure in time, but you need to provide evidence that you have tried to obtain it. You might find it's useful to seek legal advice, as you will be ordered to provide your financial information 35 days before the first hearing's listed. This isn't a lot of time to gather your information, so you might want to have a chat with us and see what's actually required. You will be asked in the Form E to provide details of any assets that you have that are worth more than £500. This might be a car. You will also need to provide any details of a lease agreement on that car, for example, and any jewellery that you might have that's valuable. You'll also be asked if you will be liable for capital gains tax. This is a complicated issue, and we would recommend that you seek independent tax advice. If you are expecting to receive an asset such as inheritance, you will have to record this in the Form E. Like I said earlier, you will have to give full and frank disclosure. The form also asks what needs you require to move forward following the divorce. This can include income or capital needs. Your income needs might change. For example, you are going from living as a couple to living on your own and you have bills to pay, so your income needs might increase. We would recommend that you write down all of your outgoings and then compare that to your income and provide this to us at the initial appointment so that we can assess the best way to go forward. Capital needs might include if you need, for example, a new car, or if the roof on your house needs repairing. That could be a significant cost to you going forward and it needs to be considered. The form will also ask what you require going forward and what order you seek from the court. We would recommend that you don't complete this until you actually have the financial disclosure from your spouse, as you don't know the financial position until you've had that disclosure. If you would like us to have a look at your financial situation and advise you, please contact us today on the number provided or by email, and we'd be happy to arrange a free consultation with you. Thank you.